Sup guys, well, this is the case I'll be using for my new client's build. I'm going completely fanless and moving parts-less. So, the case is a, I think that's Akasa Euler. I'm probably saying that way wrong, but it's that, however the hell you pronounce that. This thing actually weighs quite a bit. It's solid aluminum. It's got on the outside here, this is how it dissipates all its heat from the CPU. And there's some of the info on it. Alright, so that's the case we'll be going with. Oh, and then it comes with, you know, like a laptop style brick power supply. And then there's the obvious cord thing to it. Alright. For a processor, this is just kind of a business computer, so nothing too crazy. I just went with a 4th gen i3 4130T. I think this thing's hyper-threaded. Not 100% on that, but basically just a dual core. There's the little processor right there. Way smaller than AMD's processors. So that's what we're doing for a processor. For RAM, I've always had good luck with G-Skill. I've never really had any problems. These are... there we go. These are, what are they? DDR... yeah, DDR3 1600. So, and they're also low voltage. So I got the right RAM for the right CPU. Learned my lesson there a long time ago. For a motherboard, we're going with this Elite Group Deluxe H87 H3 Ti. It's pretty bare bones, but like I said, this isn't an extreme gaming machine or anything. See, a very small little motherboard. Anyway, and then last but not least, for SSD, we're just going with an ADATA 128GB. Doesn't need much space. So, with that said, let's get building. Alright, here's what the case looks like for the new build. Very heavy. There's where the I/O shield goes. I'm assuming, power, literally just have power button. I'm assuming power light and a hard drive light. So now let's get that, get some stuff installed here. Alright, we got the SSD installed. It pretty much was just held in by a bar system. I had to attach these little bars to the back side and then screw it in that way, but it ain't gonna move at all. Well, there's the heatsink for where the CPU goes. Not much else really going on in here besides we got our very few cords there to hook up to the motherboard. So I think now it's about time to get the motherboard, RAM, and all that stuff in there. Alright, here's a better look at the motherboard. We got our power in there. We've got HDMI out. Don't know what the heck that is. Looks like a display port. And then another HDMI. One of these is HDMI in and out, I think. Nothing but USB 3.0. Gigabit LAN, microphone, headphone. Extraordinarily simple. It only has 2 places for SATA, 1 place for front USB, which I won't even be using, some fan headers. This is where the memory goes. It takes laptop memory. This is where the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth goes, I think. Either that goes there or maybe up here. I'll have to read the instructions on that one. Don't want to plug that in the wrong place now. But, alright, that's about it for that. Let's get stuff installed on this thing. Alright, well, we got the CPU, the wireless and Bluetooth, and the RAM all installed. So now it's about time to get this inside of the case. That's going to be the interesting part. Alright, well, first boot, It went all good. Hooked everything up correctly. Now we're just install Windows 7 on there. So I guess I'll just turn this back on as soon as it's done doing that. Alright, well, after getting everything installed, I've just kind of been letting it sit here and idle for a little while, and it seems to have been fine. It's only mildly warm to the touch. The hottest I've ever seen it get is, I think, 59 degrees, and that was installing 138 updates. And that's probably way more freaking stress than it'll ever get put through in its entire life. All it's really going to be used for is Word and Excel and whatnot. Maybe a YouTube video here and there. So nothing crazy. But anyway, right now I got it running the freaking assessment here. Not that I even really, care about that at all, but some people do. But yeah, everything works. Power light, freaking hard drive activity, or technically in this case, SSD activity light. In the back, it's only got HDMI out, and it's got 4 USB 3.0 ports, a gigabit Ethernet, and there's the power cord. It actually has like kind of a laptop rig. Right now we got like a little freaking 4-port hub. I kind of just put that on there just to give this a little bit more range. That's a little receiver for these. But anyway, I'm just going to let this freaking thing get done doing that, and then we'll check the temps and everything. Alright, well, it's all done with the assessment. The only reason I reran it is because I tweaked some stuff. And it seemed like some of the scores went up a tiny bit, but still relatively the same, and obviously the graphics is going to be this thing's obvious not strong suit, but yeah, pretty dang good for a freaking dual core with hyperthreading, and 35 watts at that, which just so happens to be the maximum amount that this can cool. But anyway, other reason I ran this was because I wanted to heat it up and check temps. So let's see. The maximum I ever got up to was 54 during that test, and it got up to 33 watts of power. So that's not bad at all. I think the customer would be quite happy with this. So, till the next time, peace out, guys.